Hi, good morning, everybody. I am not here with you today, but I'm definitely here with you in spirit. My child is not feeling well, so I am with her today. I will be back tomorrow. The point of this video is so that we do not lose pacing. So I'm going to walk you through the first part of the lesson, and then you guys are going to do the rest. Let's jump into it. Okay, what are you guys doing today? The first thing that we're going to do is go over characterization. Some of you guys might remember that from your classes before, but we're just going to review it and talk about direct and indirect characterization and how we should use it in the book, how we should watch how our character develops in the book. After that, you guys are going to read, and as you are reading, you are going to fill in the graphic organizer that is on my white desk if you haven't already gotten it. That has everything about characterization. It has a list of your characters, and you're just filling in those key details about your characters so we can watch as they develop throughout the story. Okay, starting with characterization and the definition. Characterization is the way a fictional character's identity is developed by the author throughout the story. So basically, we're going to watch our character change. And if our character doesn't change, then they're not the main character of the story. They're pretty flat. But if they are a round character, then we're going to see them go through a development in who they are. They may start out like a very angry person who doesn't maybe trust people a lot, but by the middle they go through these trials, and by the climax they should reach a point where they are they're less angry, they can trust people, they are loyal to their friends, things like that. So we've definitely all read a story that has a character who is developing over time. And yesterday we talked about the characters that we like in the books or movies or shows that we love, and why we love them. And we love them because they're really good, because they change. They're very relatable. They seem like us. So let's start with direct characterization. As you're reading any book, or even the book that we're reading right now, direct characterization is when the author will directly tell you who your character is. So it's like on the slide it says Raheem often is distracted, but one thing he stays focused on is girls. So like direct characterization right there is he's distracted. These are easy to remember details that the author will explicitly write out, like she was a nice girl, he was hardworking. Little things like that are direct characterization and very easy to pick out. So as you are reading, you're looking for those details about your character that are explicitly stated by the author. Okay, we're gonna move to the next slide if you have it in front of you. If not, you're just listening to my voice. Indirect characterization is what we can infer the character is based on what the author shows us the character is like. All right, let me break that down a little bit more. So if direct characterization is how the author feels this character is, indirect characterization is how you feel the character is based off of the descriptions that are given, based off of their speech. So what they say, their thoughts, the effects that they have on others. So maybe how other people in the story view your character, and their actions and their looks. So how they're described. All of these things put together can help us infer that, Harry Potter was brave. How did I know that Harry Potter was brave? It's because when nobody else wanted to do things, he would do things. So we think about like the first movie when Neville's ball gets stolen by Draco and he like throws it. Harry is the only one who gets on his broom, and the teacher says if anybody gets on this broom you're going to be expelled, right? But he doesn't care. He's like, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to go get Neville's ball. So he gets on his broom and he goes and gets the ball, and he's a hero for it. He's brave and he's loyal to his friends. It's not because J.K. Rowling, the author, explicitly said that he was brave, like, oh, Harry's brave, right? That's too easy. But it was through his actions, what he said, the way he was described, that helped me to infer that, he's a brave and loyal person. He's loyal to his friends and he always sticks up for them. That's a key thing about him. So when we move on in just a few seconds to you guys using the graphic organizer and reading the first tale, which is the Knight's Tale, if you're in period 1 and period 3. If you're in period 2, you are going to read what Mr. Williams tells you to read. I just can't remember that tale right now. But if you are in period 2, know that you are reading a different tale, and everybody needs to finish the prologue. You are going to use the graphic organizer to build a character analysis of all of our main characters who have an opportunity to tell a tale or a story as they are going on this pilgrimage to Canterbury. So it is your job to fill in the direct characterization. This will all be on your paper, by the way, so you won't have to remember it. It is your job to fill in the direct characterization and for you to infer the indirect characterization and think about, well, who is this character and how do I know they are this way? Well, I have to look back at the evidence to figure it out. And we're going to look at how our characters develop throughout the story. If we look at the anchor chart that I have posted in the back, you also have those details that will help you if you get lost. But use the anchor chart, use the graphic organizer that's in front of you. You want to think about this like a roller coaster, and your character may start out this way, but we know roller coasters move up and they go down, right? So your character is going to change, and throughout that climax and that point, they're going to get different because of the trials that they face, because of the things that they go through. And by the end, they should be a different person if they are a round character, remembering that. Okay. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Your exit ticket, right? In the last 5 minutes, we should stop ourselves, and I will grade these exit tickets when I get back tomorrow. Your exit ticket is in your dialectical journals that are hanging up on the door entrance, is to write down, choose a narrative element to summarize what we know so far. So choose the character, maybe it's the setting that you want to talk about, or the plot. You're going to choose a quote that helps you to expand on your summary. So if I was choosing the characters, I would probably pick, maybe it would be like that quote about the gallery of faces from the prologue, or how excited they were, or maybe a quote that talks about how excited they were to go on the pilgrimage. And then I would explain what has been going on so far in the story. All of these people have come together, and they're actually during the springtime getting ready to go on a pilgrimage to Canterbury. And on the way there, we know that they have set up a competition. And that's pretty much as far as we've read in the prologue. So what we're getting ready to do now, when your sub teacher says go, is to, 1, you should have a book, right? You should be, periods 1 and 2 are reading whole group. Periods 3, you can read in your small groups that we set up. I think it was Tuesday. So you should have a book. You should have your dialectical journal that's hanging up in the walkway. You should have your notice and wonder chart, and you should have your character development graphic organizer. While you are reading, you are jotting down notes about your characters that you're experiencing. It usually says their name ahead of time: the knight, the summoner, the partner. So then you just write a little bit about them. If you have any notice and wonders, I would do 1 notice and wonder per page so that you can keep track of the details of the story. And then the last thing is to have your dialectical journal so that in the last 5 minutes, you can do your exit ticket, which is just a summary of the characters, the plot, or the setting. It's if you're doing the setting, pick a quote that maybe describes where they are or the feeling of where they are. So maybe that one about the net of rain that's hanging over them. That could be a good one. Okay, that is all for today. I hope you guys have a good day. If you are period 3, you guys can, I have not received emails for your research papers, your exploratory essays. So make sure that you send those by tonight. They will be officially late Friday. So make sure that you get those in. I hope that you guys have a really good day, and I will be back tomorrow. See you then.